Hey everybody, Firestyle Jutsu here, and you may or may not have noticed I was kind of unable to do a live reaction, not only for the latest chapter of One Piece, but the latest chapter of My Hero Academia as well. And that's a real shame because they're both really good chapters, and I really wanted to catch myself reacting to that because this doesn't happen very often, but at the end of both chapters, I was actually crying. I was actually tearing up at the end of these chapters, and you know, I guess for One Piece, you could definitely understand, you know, why I might, you know, but also for My Hero Academia. It was, you know, I was also, I guess I was really emotional that day, I guess. But, yeah, let's talk about that Sunday, the previous Sunday that just happened earlier this week. Yeah, you know, that's usually when I do My Hero Academia live reactions is on Sunday after work. But, that's usually when I have the house to myself, like I do right now. But, you know, because I live with my mom, and yeah, I know, big shocker, right? But yeah, I live with my mom, and she, you know, because of this whole outbreak thing and the quarantine, you know, she's, you know, at home a lot more, and I don't really want to try to film and be all like crazy and like scream, you know, while she's here. It's just, you know, it makes me feel weird. You know, it makes me feel really self-conscious to do that. So I was hoping that she might maybe go somewhere on Sunday, like go to it was raining that day, and like she just wasn't. It wasn't gonna happen. So I was forced to read the chapters because I didn't want to get spoiled, even though because of some thumbnails on YouTube I ended up getting spoiled anyway. That certain fish man was coming back, but let's just get into it. So anyway, this is gonna be, I rambled on enough, but this is gonna be a review of those chapters I couldn't react to. So that's gonna be One Piece chapter 976 and My Hero Academia chapter 267. So I'm just gonna go through these and just kind of relive my reactions to when I did read them. So yeah, this is so we'll start with One Piece chapter 976, begging your pardon. And yeah, so let's first address a little screw up from my live reaction to chapter 975. Yeah, I was kind of, I guess Kinemon ended up tricking me, just like he apparently tricked Denjiro, because I kind of misread that chapter. I gave Kinemon a little too much credit. Curse you, Kinemon! So it was supposed to be read as Hato, not Tokage. And so yeah, that's a face palm on my part. So yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. But yeah, turns out it was all bullshit. He just got completely lucky. And I knew that before I read the chapter, but I just didn't get a chance to like clarify that. But yeah, I kind of misread that because I thought it was like Kanjuro's in the last speech bubbles in that chapter. Like I thought it was Kanjuro, like it was really poor Tokage or something, and then like but it was actually Kinemon's inner monologue, like, oh, it was supposed to be Tokage. And so I just read it wrong for some reason. Like, that's my bad. But yeah, Kinemon's a dumbass, and I guess I am too. But yeah, so the chapter starts with the other red scabbards, you know, calling him out on it, just kind of punching him in the face, like, ah, you were lying, aren't you? You didn't know that. He's just like, no, yeah, I totally knew that. But yeah, so that was, you know, so he admits that he used up like all the luck that he will ever have pretty much on this one gambit, and that's probably true. And you know, but he says, you know, after using up all his luck, he very well may die in this battle. But you know, we'll see what happens. That would be crazy if Kinemon ended up dying, like, because you know Oda would make it really like emotional and like, man, that would be really powerful if that happened. But you know, we'll see. I'm sure there's definitely gonna be some deaths probably. But yeah, the other Red Scabbards they say that they're willing to die. They've come this far. They'll die together if they have to. So yeah, that's, you know, true friendship there, true kinship. So yeah, everyone's getting ready. They're galvanizing for the big battle. It looks really beautiful here. This panel here. I still love the water, the way Oda draws the sea currents of Wano like a Japanese painting. I really like that. So yeah, the Beast Pirates are just like freaking out, like, whoa, wait, why is the tide turning so quickly on us? So yeah, and then but Kanjuro, he still has Momonosuke, and so yeah, he's just like, he's getting ready to take off on this crane that he draws. This beautiful crane takes flight. It kind of reminds me of Sai from Naruto, where he like draws something that can fly, and he escapes. But yeah, Kawamatsu goes in. He's like, oh, no, you don't, bitch. He starts swimming towards him. And so then they have this really cool clash where they, like, clash their swords against each other. It's really cool. And, you know, and Kawamatsu tries to stop Kanjuro from taking Momonosuke. And Kanjuro calls him a fishman here, which that's kind of cool. Like, he knows that, you know, he knows he's not a Kappa. He always knew he was a fishman. So, you know, that's pretty interesting there. So yeah, but Kawamatsu can't quite stop him, and he takes off on the crane, and he says, next he's gonna kill Hiyori. And you know, so yeah, that's pretty. So obviously, that's not something that would be ideal. But yeah, I just love how Kanjo's like playing up the villain role. Now that I know Hiyori is alive, she's next. So yeah, that was, you know, he's definitely villaining it up right now, but yeah, let's see. So he's, you know, says we get his evil laughter style, which is ka ka ka. So yeah, that's something. But yeah, as he flies up with Momonosuke, we get a reminder that Momonosuke is really afraid of heights, probably because Kaido was like gripping him in that one chapter, like over the castle parapets or whatever, like over like the super high drop. So yeah, he definitely was traumatized by that. But yeah, Luffy. So Luffy was just getting clued in for the first time that Kanjuro is the traitor. So you know he didn't even know what was going on. But yeah, then so as he's flying away, everyone's freaking out, and Sanji, like he starts to fly, he does the skywalk or whatever, but before he can save Momo, Kanjuro displays a new technique where he kind of flows paint, like this paint ink cloud out of his hair, which they say here that they've never seen him do that before, so it's like a new thing that we are seeing Kanjuro do, and it's really cool. The ink cloud rains down arrows, and like they're actual arrows, they're piercing stuff, and so yeah, that's pretty cool attack right there. And Sanji, instead of saving Momo, he has to of course save Nami, so he's like leaps in front of her like, no. So he takes a bunch of arrows. They don't seem to hurt him that much. They don't seem to hurt him at all really, but you know, Sanji's pretty tough. But yeah, that's a pretty cool technique there. Pretty big range. It's kind of like a 300. Our arrows will blot out the sun. They just like the arrows just rain down. But so yeah, so they can't really stop him from taking Momo. But actually, before I go on, so now since the ink came out of his hair. I'm gonna guess at this point, we still don't know the name of Kanjo's devil fruit, but I'm gonna guess it's the ink fruit. So it's like it's not like, because obviously Giola from the Don Quixote Pirates has the art fruit, and so that's a different devil fruit. I think specifically his is ink, And so I guess whatever he can produce ink with his body, I guess, and whatever he draws with that, he could bring it to life. Like, so really the ink is where his power lies more than the art itself. So that's interesting. So yeah, I'm guessing it's the ink fruit. I don't know how you say ink in Japanese, but that might be the name of the fruit. But yeah, so yeah, I really thought we would get the name of his Dale fruit in this chapter, but we didn't. But yeah, so they can't quite save Momo, but Momo knows that this is just like Kanjo's trying to have their nuts in a vice by taking Momonosuke as a hostage, and Momonosuke just says, "Just forget about me. I'll find a way to free myself. You guys just focus on Wano and taking down Kaido and Orochi. And don't worry about me." So it's a very... He's crying, you know, he's very scared, but it's still a really brave moment for little Momo. A brave Momo moment. But anyway, so yeah, they're not happy about it, but they're like, "Okay, Lord Momonosuke." And so like Luffy's like, "Wow, you know, for your standards, Momo, that was pretty manly." But so yeah, we'll save you, buddy. Don't worry. So yeah, Luffy's the only one who's not freaking out. But yeah, you know, he's Luffy. So yeah, yeah, then they notice one of the ships, one of Kaido's subordinate ships. They kind of sneak off into the distance, and they think they're running away, but actually, we see something really cool that we've never really seen in One Piece, with these like really long range cannons, like these specialized cannons for like long distance attacks. And the panel where you see them is really cool looking. Like it look like these big cannon barrels or whatever. And so yeah, these are like special designed in Wano factory weapons. And so yeah, they're like sniping them with these cannons, and they're taking out a couple of these ally samurai ships. And so yeah, it's a pretty intense moment here. Pretty big trick to have up their sleeve. And so Luffy, of course, is like, "We gotta get closer. We gotta, you know, get in their range." And but yeah, they're just blasting away at him, and things are looking pretty dire. We need a hero, a big blue hero to save the day. So all of a sudden, spear wave! A big blast of water comes out of the ocean. It goes right through the long-range cannon ships. And who could it be? Who could come to rescue us who has Fishman Karate? Koala! Koala's here! Koala's in Wano Arc! She's here! She's come to rescue the crew and everybody with her Fishman Karate. It's okay. Never mind. It's not Koala. It's the one and only first son of the sea, Jinbei. And so yeah, like when I was unfortunately spoiled on the return of Jinbei, because I actually ended up waiting till Sunday to actually read the official release for once. Yeah, I won't be doing that again, but yeah, I did not expect Jinbei to come back just yet. So that was quite a crazy. Even though I was spoiled, it was still just so like awe-inspiring to have Jinbei come back in this moment. So yeah, I can't wait to see, you know, the crew. And now I think hopefully we'll finally get the big, you know, the big full Straw Hat crew picture, like of them, like this big double page spread of them all being together. Hopefully in the next chapter we'll see that. So yeah, that was now the full Straw Hat crew has finally been reunited completely now that Jinbei's here. So yeah, that was. Yeah, man, I just love the entrance that Jinbei made. Like, he's like shaded, like his face is like shaded at first, and like, oh, who could it be? But, yeah, it's Jinbei, and yeah, he's not he's fully intact. A lot of people are questioning why Jinbei is fully intact. Like, everyone expected him to be missing an eye or like a leg or something from, you know, escaping Big Mom. But no, he's perfectly fine. So yeah, but yeah, I'd rather be okay than not okay. But yeah, I can't wait to see who he's gonna fight in this war. So yeah, that would be really cool. But it really sucks I couldn't. I really wish I could have did a live reaction because I was crying when I read this. Even though I knew Jinbei was coming, I was spoiled on that. But I was still crying because of the buildup of that and just seeing Jinbei come back. But yeah, so that was One Piece chapter 976, and now we'll go right into My Hero Academia chapter 267, which was honestly, that chapter of One Piece was really good. You know, it was really, especially, but Jinbei coming back, that was obviously the big cornerstone of the chapter. But honestly, in terms of like the entire chapter, I think this chapter, in my opinion, is better because it's just so insane. So yeah, we get this flashback. We have Hawks and Tokoyami. We have a flashback to their the internship. And he's telling Tokoyami how fire is his weakness because his feathers can't really stand up to fire very well. And he says to get around that, Tokoyami asks, "How do you fight someone who has fire?" Then he just says, "I have to be quick enough to neutralize them before they can use their fire." And so yeah, then we cut to back to the present where Tokoyami, Kaminari, She-Mage, and Juzo are all inside of Fat Gum's fat, and this technique is called Fat Taxi. And so it's really adorable because the kids are just poking their heads out of his belly and stuff. And I like to think, I like to think inside of Fat Gum, maybe it's kind of like the TARDIS, where it's like, oh wow, it's actually really nice. There's like a couch in here and like some drinks and like, kind of like going inside of the turtle in JoJo Bizarre Adventure Part 5. Like, oh, it's really nice in here. Nice to hang out. There's a lot of space in here. But no, probably not. But yeah, so they're he's taking them back to the away from the front lines because they've done enough to kind of counter the villains on the front lines. So he's kind of taking them back to the rear guard. But suddenly Tokoyami notices a big burst of flame coming out of the compound, and that it appears to be the moment where Hawks flew out and then went back around to intercept twice. And but we cut to Hawks just getting his wings completely roasted by Dobby. It's just burning them off, and just fire just going everywhere. And yeah, so he's Dobby's not too happy about Hawks killing twice, and we get this panel where he says he's really unhappy about twice being killed, but as Hawks points out, you wouldn't know it by looking at his face, because he's got the creepiest smile that would make the Joker proud. This smile, it's just like insane. He's just like, it's like, no, really, I'm really angry. I'm really sad. Yeah, that's pretty insane expression there. And Hawks is like, is that the face of a man who just watched his friend die? And then, so yeah, Dobby's definitely taking up the insanity meter that Twice, the insanity vacancy that Twice left behind, in his own way, his own brand of insanity. But yeah, so he's just stomping on Hawks, just burning him, stomping him, burning him, and Hawks is pretty much helpless here. And then he tells him. Hawks says that there are only two villains in the league that he couldn't get the background information on, and it's Shigaraki and Dobby. And so Dobby's a complete mystery to him, like the Joker, and yeah, Dobby knows Hawks' real name here. So he's just like, "Who are you?" And then we get a little flashback to Hawks when he was a kid, and like he's getting trained to be he's going to special training to become a special type of hero. And we see cute little Hawks with his little hawk eyebrows and like his little, he has a little Endeavor toy, so he definitely looks up to Endeavor. But so yeah, he says he wants to be like Endeavor when he grows up and becomes a hero. And so he asks Dobby again, "Who are you?" And then Dobby tells him who he is, but we don't get to see it because the speech bubble is completely black. And when I read this, it was like, holy shit! Like, just, I've never seen that trick before, like where the speech bubble was completely blacked out, and it just like it was so jarring to me. I was like, holy shit! Like, but so that was definitely surprising to me. But so yeah, we don't quite get the confirmation, but I think we all know what he said. It's pretty much all but confirmed that Dobby is Toya, but we're still not technically confirmed. But I'm hoping. I'm glad we didn't get that scene where we find out that he's Toya when he's talking to Hawks. Like I want the real reveal that if he is Toya, I want that to be to Endeavor or Todoroki, but preferably Endeavor, who is here in this whole war. I can't remember if Todoroki is in here as well during this battle, but I know Endeavor's involved. But yeah, then something I forgot that we're reminded of in this chapter is that Dobby is a follower of Stain. Like, he's a believer in Stain. And I completely forgot that he said that, because he literally only said it like one time when he was first introduced. Because I knew Spinner was really like a follower of Stain. But I forgot Dobby was too. So that shocked the hell out of me when I was reading this chapter. I was like, I thought this was like a big reveal. Like, holy shit, Dobby is a follower of Stain this whole time. But I forgot we already knew that. It was still, pretty cool. But so yeah, it looks like, so he tells this to Hawks, and it looks like he's just burning Hawks to death. Like, Hawks is just gone. He says, "See ya, Hawks." And then it's just like, it looks like Hawks is about to fade away. And then we cut to Gigantomachia, who's still just kind of in low power mode, in sleep mode, or something. He's just like, and then we see him playing with the radio, and so, he only listens to Shigaraki at this point. And so, yeah, either possibly if there's some kind of recording that someone could play to get him in gear, or that, either that, or maybe what I'm thinking was possibly Toga could maybe transform into Shigaraki, but I don't know if she ever ingested his blood. Like, probably not, but I thought maybe Toga, she could maybe transform into him if she like got maybe the doctor has like some of Shigaraki's like blood, like a blood sample that she could drink. Maybe that's what I was thinking. But I'm sure Gigantomachia is going to come into play at some point. But then we come back to Jakku Hospital, which is also a Star Wars reference, by the way. I don't think I've ever mentioned that, but it is a Star Wars reference. We see the the bunny herself, the bunny goddess, who we actually see as this really beautiful cover page in color for this chapter, where we actually get on the cover page, we see the arm that I guess she's gonna have, the artificial arm in the future. So it's weird that Horikoshi is showing that in a cover page now. But yeah, obviously she doesn't have it yet. She's still fighting the Nobu. But I guess that's what she's gonna have in the future. It's really cool looking, like cyberpunk It kind of has this bohemian cyberpunk look to it, if that's a thing. But it looks really cool. But yeah, right now she's just got the one arm and she's fighting a bunch of Nomu, and she is moving, man. She is just moving through the air like crazy, just like she's flipping through the air, and like those legs, man. But anyway, yeah, she's still fighting like 3 Nomu. And she says her blows are becoming less and less effective, not because of her, like she's not getting tired or weaker. It's they're activating. Like she says, they look like they're awake, and so they're stabilizing, and thus becoming more of a threat. And so she's really on the ropes right now, because she's still losing blood and everything, and she's like so she's like, I can't take them right now. I have to focus on the doctor. So she just bunny hops right on through, right towards him, but the Nomus are still right on her heel. The female Nomu is like right on her, rips out her hair like a girl fight, and then the other long range Nomu with the long head, he's like piercing her with like these ice thingies or crystals or whatever they are, and so like it's going through her side and through her through her ear. One of her ears gets pierced, but she's not letting it stop her. She just keeps on trucking, and she's like, if you're gonna die, get the job done first, Mirko. And so she's going for that doctor. So she's not letting it stop her, and she busts right into his lab where he's got Shigaraki in the tank, and she's gonna come right down on Shigaraki himself with this kick, like the bunny Terminator. And then the doctor's just like, ah! It's just snot busting out of his nose, snot's busting out of his eyes too, it looks like. And then right before Moroku could come down on the kick, bam! The long distance high end just goes right through her leg with something, some kind of tendril, whatever it is. It just goes right through her shin, and she screams just as much as I would scream, because god damn, I can't imagine how painful that would be. You ever hit your shin just like on like a table or something? You know how much that shit hurts? That thing went right through her shin. Oh my god. But yeah. But right behind the Hayanomus, we see a bit of fire. And this chapter is fire. But anyway, we see fire, then we cut back to the blue fire, where we see someone has come to save Hawks, and it is his fellow bird, Tokoyami Fumikage. And yeah, this is when I started crying reading this chapter. I guess, like I said, I was in a crying mood that day, I guess. Because just the fact that Tokoyami came to rescue his mentor, and the look of determination on his face is just so beautiful, man. And just like they just came, and Dark Shadow's putting out the fires on Hawks, and Tokoyami's just like, he's got this look on his face like, I don't care who you are, I'm not gonna let you hurt my teacher. And man, that was just beautiful. And then we got the MVP of the week, the MVP of the season finale of season 4, Endeavor. Man, that episode was so good. That episode, man. That Endeavor versus Hood season 4 finale. God damn, that fight was good. But anyway, here's Endeavor pounding down on a Hayanomu, protecting Maruko. And that bunny girl, man, she comes right down on that kick without missing a beat. And that tendril comes right out, and her leg just drops right down. And the chapter ends right there, man. Holy shit. Just reading this again, going through this chapter again, I'm telling you, man, I love the chapter of One Piece where this man came back, Jinbei. That's a great chapter. But this chapter of My Hero Academia is insane. It's one of my favorite chapters I've ever read of My Hero Academia. It's so good. 267. And it says, a hero never gives up. And they sure don't, man. Holy shit. So yeah, that's that's kind of got rambly at the end there, but that's just how good this chapter is. And yeah, so both chapters were insanely good, and if I could have live reacted to either of these chapters, I would have done it, but I literally could not do it. And so I had to do something, so I just decided to just do a double review. And yeah, it's just these are really good chapters, and I cannot wait till the next chapter, One Piece, and the next chapter, My Hero Academia, where hopefully I could get back to my live reactions for those chapters. But I think because of this whole Heineken flu thing going on, I'm pretty sure Shonen Jump is delaying the next chapters for a week, so that sucks. But yeah, I just want all this pandemic stuff to be over, and because My Hero Academia and One Piece are both in such a good place. They're both in really good war arcs right now. That's the only thing I like better than a good war arc possibly is a good tournament arc. But man, I love a good war arc. So yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next in both series. And so yeah, this is Pirate Style Jutsu, and yeah, if you liked this new chapter of One Piece, I want you to like this video, and if you like this new chapter of My Hero Academia, I want you to like this video. And if you I want you to subscribe if you want a hero to save you, or if you want your fishman brother to come and save you too. And yeah, that is gonna be it for my double review. And just remember, Jinbei is back. Jinbei is back. Oh, Jinbei, you've returned. Now can you rescue us from coronavirus? Oh, I mean, yes. Like this video, subscribe, and Pirate Style Jutsu signing out. Spear Wave!